Hi, my name's Sam, and welcome to my soapbox. This is the second, well, I think third actually, but the second really video that I've ever actually put out on YouTube. At the moment, at the time of recording this, I have currently 2 subscribers. This really is my soapbox. I really am just talking to myself here. But hopefully this is a demonstration that if you create content, people will come. And if they don't come, it doesn't matter because no one's ever going to see this in any case. If they're not here, they're not here. So my name's Sam, like I said, I'm a professional digital marketer. What I mean by that is I'm not selling affiliate links or selling shout outs or anything like that. No, I have a real client list of people that companies that employ me to run their digital marketing, to run their adverts, to run their digital presence. I actually also own my own company called 2/3 Different, and so I have employees. And it's a really important, I think, thing that separates me out from a lot of the digital marketers that are talking at the moment on this platform especially, because it's not optional what I do. I have to sell X number of things in order for people, my clients specifically, to earn their money. Right, which means I have to sell X number of things for me to earn my money because they're paying me out of that pot. Let me talk to you about the purpose of this video. This video is to talk about post-purchase marketing. Now, what is post-purchase marketing? It's when I've already sold someone something. Okay, it's when I've already got a customer, they've already bought something because they've seen an advert, they're aware of my brand, they love my brand so much they've actually bought something. Then what? So this covers everything like customer care, it covers customer service, it covers customer relationship management, and there are customer relationship management tools out there that will help you do this. But it's essentially life of the lead stuff. Now I should explain what that term life of the lead means. Once someone's bought something from you, it's probably not the only thing they're going to end up buying from you. And that's really, really key here. When you go to, your local supermarket, when you go on Amazon, when you go on any one of the e-commerce platforms that you're purchasing, or any one of the retail stores that you head into, the likelihood of you going more than once is quite high. So how do we deal with all of that, what we call long tail sales, that post-purchase sales? How do we first of all action them? How do we inform the person that there's more things they can buy, the new products have been launched, X, Y, and Z's happened, without needing to go down the original, I'm going to put out a brand new ad to a brand new range of people to make them aware of my brand and then retarget them and blah, 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 which is what we went over last time, a little bit last time. I will go into more depth on that in future videos, but there's already so much stuff out there about that. If you literally just search retargeting adverts on YouTube, you will find loads of videos about it. And so long as you apply them with the missing link that I spoke about in the previous video, you should have a pretty rock solid position on running remarketing ads realistically. Post-purchase is basically direct marketing. Direct marketing is when I literally send a message directly to that customer. So I'm not putting out an advert to a group of people that fit a specific demographic. I literally have their email address, I have their telephone number, I have their physical address, and I am sending them something, whether that's, used to be letters in the post or postcards in the post. Now is more than likely to be email or possibly direct message on Facebook, direct message on WhatsApp, a text message, or old-fashioned telecommunications where you literally just call someone on the phone and do telesales down them. Hi, we just released this, we saw that you have bought this. They work together really well. So what's the strategy behind doing that? The first thing that you need to know is, with regards to what is now known in Europe as GDPR. Now, Brexit has just happened, so the actual data law is not in the air, but it's being worked through. GDPR says so long as you have a legitimate business reason to get in contact with another business, you are fine. If you are contacting an individual person, not a business basically, then they need to have given you explicit consent. Now, what do they mean by explicit consent? There are many, many different ways. The way that we use, and the way that's probably the safest, is that not only have they explicitly said, yes, we want to be contacted for you for marketing purposes, they've ticked that box, but then we send them an email double confirming. So they do what's called a double opt-in, where they then click, and in that email it says, are you sure you want to sign up to receive these things? And they have to click yes again. I know it seems like a lot of rigmarole. I know if you're in the US, you don't have to do this, but people in the UK do. It's the law. We have to, well, maybe not because of Brexit, but at the moment we're still working to GDPR standards, and that is the GDPR standards specifically across Europe. Provided you have done that though, provided you have got all of the permissions in place to be able to contact people 100% legally, direct marketing works like this. You tell them the thing is going to come out, you tell them it's going to be available, and then you tell them when it's available. And then once it's available, you tell them that it's available. Now that might sound like a weird three-phase position. It's actually not a three-phase position, it's a two-phase position. The first one is brand awareness, right? Here's the thing that's going to be available, and it's going to be available at this time. But it's not brand awareness in the sense that you don't know who you're talking to. Your brand awareness is to a group of people who have already got a massive predisposition to buy from you because they've already bought from you. So this is really, really high level, high conversion stuff, or at least it should be if done correctly. So you send that email out, you do that, that phone call ring around saying, hi, we're about to release X, Y, Z. Just let you know, here's what it is, here's the upgrades, here's everything it works, and here's how it works with the thing you've already bought, or here's how it works with your interest, here's how it improves upon X, Y, or Z. And then the next phase is saying when it's going to launch. This is so key, and it's the thing we see missed so many times. Give people a date. Even if that date isn't solid, even if it's movable, say, here's our target launch date. Here's where we aim to have this thing out. Because that way people can prepare for it. People can go, actually, no, okay, that's the date in the diary that it's going to be. I can save my money to be able to afford X. Once you've given them that date, then try to stick to it as much as you can. If you can't, obviously you can't, but give them that date. Once you've given them that date, then when that date lands, you then send them a reminder, either on that date or the day before, saying it's going to land in X number of hours or X number of minutes, or bam, it's launched. Well, no, actually, what you do, you send them saying it's going to launch. And then the next one you do is when it actually does launch. And you say, this product has been launched and we've sold X number in X number of minutes, right? Or we've sold this amount in this quickly. You show them, you social proof it by saying, here's all the people that have bought it and they love it. And that's direct marketing. It is a lot more hard sell than everything else that you do in your pre-purchase, absolutely. But you can be a little bit harder because you know these people are already interested. And this is really key, if you're not trying to sell them rubbish. Everything that we do is predisposed on the idea that what you're selling is actually valuable. If you're selling stuff that's completely, not of value, then A, you're a horrendous company and you shouldn't be a business. But B, that you're going to be found out in any case, because people talk to people. We're in an interconnected world right now. So all of this is done on the basis that these are really good products, these are high quality products that people genuinely want. And you don't have to, you can kind of shortcut it by doing post-purchase stuff, because you don't have to do all those convinces. You don't have to convince them you're a trustworthy company. They know you're a trustworthy company. They've already bought from you. You haven't got to convince them of the quality of your product. They know the quality of your product. They've already bought from you. So there's a whole load of things that you can kind of skip around, or push back and go, no, we're going to focus way further down the funnel immediately. So that's post-purchase stuff, and for some reason people don't focus on it. You can do post-purchase on Facebook by targeting people that have previously converted. And you don't have to do it as a brand awareness campaign. You can do it as introducing X.2o or X, introducing the new and improved blah, blah, blah. And you target people that you know have previously bought. And you only target those people because you know the conversion rate is going to be really high. And if you pair it with a email campaign, you pair it with an SMS campaign, you pair it with a telephone campaign, you pair it with door-to-door, hell, it still exists. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it in COVID times, but it still works. It's still a viable option, not in the middle of a pandemic. But once the pandemic is over, or at least as over as it can be, once people are readily vaccinated and everything's gone through, then these will start to ramp back up, and it's going to be a bit more of a level playing field because people won't have been doing them because they can't do them. So once especially door-to-door stuff, they can't do is what I'm talking about. They can do phone calls, they can do emails, and you should be doing that right now because everyone is on their phone, everyone's in front of their computer. But the door-to-door stuff people can't be doing right now, so that you can jump on when appropriate and when available. But yeah, that's post-purchase. Basically, that's a very, very rough outline of a post-purchase strategies, post-purchase tactics. I haven't really given a strategy there, but the general strategy is stop trying to do brand awareness to people that have already bought. that's the general main thing you need to focus on when you're doing a post-purchase campaign. Is they don't need to be convinced of X, Y, or Z. You've already done that work, so you haven't got to waste your money trying to do that again, they already know who you are. Also, another thing that's really important when it comes to post-purchase campaigns is reviews. This is something that people often miss out on. It's the first purchase to get a review from is sometimes quite difficult to try and get people to, they've just bought it, they've used it for like 2 weeks, and then you're saying, oh, can you give us a review as a company? It's a little bit hard. But if you're looking at your second purchase or third purchase, actually at that point, it's not inappropriate to say, we know you've bought X, Y, or Z, and X, Y, Z, and X, Y, Z. We're really great, showing that you have such loyalty. If you would give us a like, give us a review, let people know of your experience, using us and what we do. And in return, we will then give you X, Y, or Z. Whether that be a free refill, whether that be a 10% off, whether that be whatever. It's you're getting reviews from your most loyal customers, and what you're not doing is opening reviews up to people that don't like you, because there will always be people that buy your product and it's not what they expected it to be. Regardless of what the product is, it happens every single time. Hell, these guys have this issue. The guys that sold this table will have this issue. The people that made these hoodies will have this issue. There will always be people that buy something and then what arrives doesn't quite fit the expectation that they're working with. But the people that buy from you the second or third time are very unlikely to be people whose expectations you aren't meeting. So what you're not doing here is excluding people. You're not excluding your first purchasers from being able to give you reviews. Of course not. You want genuine reviews. But what you're not doing is reminding the people that have bought the first time to give you a review. What you're doing is you're putting the reminder on the second purchase, on the third purchase, because again, it just slightly predisposes those people to be positive about your company, which is, you might say it's slightly grey, but I would say it's fair game, that tactic. Other things you can do to improve the likelihood of you getting a review, and it's something that we're looking at. There are companies that will do positive actions in the world per review. So one of them is Review Forest, and we're thinking of using these as 2/3 different, which is every time someone leaves a review, they plant a tree. So it gives another incentive for them to leave a review, and it shows you as a positive company, because every review that you get, a tree is being planted. So there's you're tying in positivity after positivity after positivity. Okay, I think I'm going to leave this video there. That should be enough sort of post-purchasey type things that you can be working on. There are obviously a lot more post-purchase stuff you can do. I just don't want to give away everything at the same time, everything all at once. The next video, I'm going to go through some offline strategies that you can use to sell things. And also, I think I'm going to go over what we call content indicators. So not content indicators, sorry. Just some content pointers, really. I know that I'm saying I'm going to do content pointers on a channel that's got 2 followers, so it does feel a bit ridiculous. But hopefully the following will grow from this. Well, not hopefully, it should do. We're following all the right patterns. The content will grow from this, and then what we can do is you can look back on this and say, he wasn't talking nonsense. This content stuff actually does work. But I'll explain some of those content ideas and those content. What's the correct word for it? Content amplifiers, really. That's the best way to describe it. But we'll do that in the next video. So perfect. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this remote will actually work this time, and I'll be able to turn the thing off. Let's give it a go. Nope, it didn't bloody work.